let's move on. I think we were between chapters, so see if it just starts with a new chapter.
She took her in.
Should have let her die. We would all be better off without someone like her.
Wait, what? We already played this bit. Okay, I guess it doesn't save on a chapter finish. Yeah, me too, Chess, me too. Because we finished a chapter, and as it like gave us the end thing and everything was loading into the next chapter, I
Hold your horse.
closed the game there.
See what happens.
I guess it didn't change anything. Alright, we're gonna have to go through this. Oh, find something to warm her, yeah.
Hey, what are you gonna do with that?
I guess we're gonna have to replay
I'm just
this.
going to borrow it.
Let's try to get along until the storm passes.
How are you today, Chas? Hope you're well.
Thank you.
Hey, that's our blanket.
Can't you see she's freezing?
It's all right. It's just a blanket.
Yeah, 'cause we find out this is Hamley's wife, and she hates it as well.
Oh, you're so kind. Many people would have let me die.
I think I could probably just skip.
My entourage didn't even notice they
No, I
lost
can't
me.
skip these.
Who?
Oh, I can, yes. Right, let's just try and skip through all this because we've already done this. Managed to motivate myself to go for a walk this morning, so awake at least. Oh, that's good. Hope you had a nice walk.
Is your...
But yeah, we know he's the Earl of Shiring. Why did you marry him? That's. I'm going to try and pick the same options we picked last time. Then it'll have the same effect on the story. Were we diplomatic or we were blunt? Yeah.
He wanted to marry me when... It caused... Don't...
I should have loaded this up before the stream and checked this to see whether or not we were actually on the new chapter and then closed it if we were. I think I said to come with us.
Come with me to King's
Yes,
Peak.
we did. And then Walter shows up and takes her away.
Did she come?
I said that.
Elizabeth stays with me. Thank you for...
Yeah, and then she goes back. So there must. I think there was a way for her to. Oh, we've already read all that. So is this where we were? I don't remember now. I think this is where we were. Let's see. There's no way that we didn't play through this chapter.
Dear Francis, the letters I have written to you over the years surely could be bound into a book.
Yeah, I don't remember this.
But only you know what my words in those letters amount to. It is different with the book I have written. It has found its way into priories throughout England and beyond. Because of my book, I may have to talk to Bishop
You remember
Henry.
this too? I think we had a
But that
similar
is not
scene
the
to this
only thing
earlier.
that keeps me awake tonight.
I don't remember... Yeah, because this is after the discovery in the crypt. Yeah, I don't remember the specific dialogue, or the fact that Philip has grey hair now. I don't remember that. Let's tell him about the discovery in the crypt. Yeah, I don't remember this.
Behind a wall in our crypt, Jack discovered a hidden room.
That's where Bishop James...
We do
Bishop
not know who
Prior
built it,
James was.
but it is likely that Prior James hid there, even after he was said to have drowned. That means he was alive when we met in Kingsbridge on New Year's Day, the day of his burial.
The burial of
And
nobody.
Jack told me he saw a man in the church the night it burned down.
Oh yes, we told
Was
him
that
about
him?
it.
And if so, did he burn in the fire that night?
Yeah, I had Jack confess about being the what? Oh, excuse me, the one who burned the thing. Because it made all the logical sense
The
in the
dust
world.
storm and the drought are taking their toll on all of us. Thanks to our town wall, we are safe from the Earl and the outlaws.
Oh yeah, they built a wall as
We've
well.
heard of places nearby being raided. We believe the attackers were William Hamley's men. We have enough food to last us another few weeks. But life has come to a halt. Martha believes there will be rain soon. But the storm is only a harbinger of rain. I hope that she is right.
I was, after this stream last time, I tried to find information about any historical reference to this storm. You know, it's like a hot, dry sandstorm going on outside constantly, and I was like, was that a thing that happened? Because I never heard of it. There was apparently a big drought in the 12th century across Europe. Like, there was like a warming that happened that caused massive amount of drought, so maybe that's where they're going with this, and it's just a bit more creative artistically.
Jonathan worries about my book. The Divine Soul. In Winchester, he heard that Bishop Henry was less than pleased by what I had written.
Yeah, the church
I am
not
not
happy with him.
naive enough to pretend I do not know why. I wrote that hope is godly, and since God made each of us, hope and salvation are only to be found within ourselves. Henry sells hope, and I am giving it away for free. If the church should ask me to clarify my position, of course I shall do so. But I feel I must give our people what they need in these desperate times. And how could I write anything else
In these difficult
if
times.
this is what I truly believe? It must be well after midnight. With you, I can be honest about what truly troubles me. Jack told me that he was responsible for the fire in Kingsbridge. I know that it was a long time ago. He told me he set fire to the roof so there would be work for his father, Tom. And I don't think Tom knew either.
By God. Save yourselves!
Milius?
The saint! We must save the saint!
Oh,
Fire! The whole
okay, he's
room is
remembering.
burning.
I'm like,
My
Milius?
God! Don't go in there!
Come back from the dead.
Adolphus! The saint! We must save him! No! No! Don't go!
And as horrible as it may sound, I cannot find it in my heart just now forgive Jack.
Hi, Freya.
Maybe because this confession comes too late. And from a man who I have learned to trust. This is the truth.
Who did Philip smack? Nobody. He's just writing a letter to his brother about
I should get some air, Francis.
just catching him up on everything that's
Storm
happened.
has settled down.
So basically, he's just written the letter saying, like, you know, to his brother Francis, like, okay, so we found the hidden chamber, and apparently Prior James was hiding there that day when the church burned down, and that his book has obviously caused some upset, and he knows why, and all that kind of stuff. So, and then he's talked about Jack confessing about burning the priory down as well. The second letter this month, I miss Francis.
I need time to think.
Wrote down my sermons, became the book I wrote. Should I not write what I
I know
believe?
them by heart. But Jonathan insisted we keep them.
Storm has died down, still light in the cathedral, probably Jack at
is
work.
Still working. He always is.
Alright. Jack is still at work, maybe he cannot sleep as well.
A magnificent cathedral. But I would have been more than content with the old one, had it not been burned to the ground.
By Jack. Here they all lie in wait, dearest friends that went before me. When the time comes, I shall
If
see them
James
again.
died in that fire, then what happened to his remains? He was never properly buried. And that is Jack's fault.
And it was scooped away with the rubble.
According to the scripture, my brothers will rise again. What if that was not true? Would they have led their lives differently? Hello?
Oh,
I thought I saw someone.
Jack outdid himself. England never saw a cathedral like this. So this cathedral, by the way, I mean, it's a fictitious place, Kingsbridge, but the way they modelled it in the game was based off of Salisbury Cathedral, apparently.
We all profit from this cathedral. But God would not have loved us less had we built a smaller church, or none at all.
Oh, I see more people scurrying around.
That came from the kitchen.
I saw scurrying. Go inside. Ah!
Oh, it's you.
Oh,
You
Jack.
startled me.
I thought I heard something. Was that you?
No, but I heard it too. Maybe Aliena came back.
No. No, she's asleep. She returned a few hours ago. Damn it.
Jack.
Sorry. There's someone in the kitchen.
Yes, I think you're right.
Stay behind me. I'll go ahead.
I don't know, Jack. Maybe it was the sound of you burning something else to the ground. Bloody Jack. Oh. Oi! You!
There's someone in here.
They don't hear us whispering.
They are probably just after food. I will talk to them.
All right.
They are forced to steal. Terrible times, how desperate they must be. Hello.
Please, listen. don't mean you harm.
Philip, be careful! Damn it! Philip, throw me a stone!
Because of course now he has time to do this. Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god, really? Fucking game!
No! Philip!
I was just off on each one. Ah. Seriously? Oh, I hate quick time events. They're so bad. Frantic mouse clicking, yeah. That's the trouble then. I can only click so quick as well, and I was like just off for all of them. And I was just off all the time then. I should have just stopped for a second.
Please. Listen. Oh. We don't mean you harm.
Philip, be careful! Damn it! Philip, throw me a stone!
Got it. Yaha! Get wrecked.
Jack, no! It's him. Brother Marcus.
Oh.
Brother Marcus?
Oh, wow.
Took Cuthbert's keys to steal food here from the kitchen. Because of me, Remigius found out.
Yeah, we told Remigius
left.
about him.
We never saw him again.
Looks like he came back.
And now he's dead. Well, let's eat him.
You didn't mean for this to happen.
No, but
What about him?
don't be afraid.
Ow! Oh my god.
Why did you do that, you animal? I will get the others.
No!
What?
He's just a child.
Just a child.
He's a child who just stabbed you in the leg.
Child. Just like that. And I forgave him. For that was what he had been when he arrived in Kingsbridge. Just a child.
Child poked me in the leg with a sharp thing.
Who was I to judge this man for not confessing earlier what he had done? I had never told his wife, Aliena, that I was responsible for her fate, and for her father's. Even that night, when we all met, I did not dare to tell her.
The walls of Kingsbridge weren't enough anymore. The outlaws had found a way in. We weren't safe in our homes.
So this is what it has come to. Kingsbridge is under attack.
Why didn't Uncle Richard chase them away? Why?
Yeah, because Uncle Richard's an idiot.
Now, now, do not exaggerate. This is not a siege.
We only saw two of them, and one of them was a child.
But they almost killed you.
Blame the drought. Blame William. Calm them down. Blame politics. Now, this is all William's fault. Fuck William.
Our Earl of Shiring lets his people starve. With this drought, a just lord would help.
But nobody stood up to him. So he burns our last crops, destroys our towns, and murders our kin.
Richard, please, not now.
Hey, Vargas.
It is all too easy to blame a desperate child.
Double speed to catch up from yesterday.
Is much harder.
It is.
But forgive we must.
Can you? Forgive, I mean.
I already have.
Hamley is the reason for this. He's to blame. It's that simple.
Well, he won't be Earl for long. The Treaty of Wallingford has been signed at last. It's only a matter of time until things change.
What treaty? Winchester is in turmoil about this right now. Stephen and Maud have signed the treaty. Maud's son, Duke Henry, is to be crowned the next king.
Yeah, when Stephen dies.
And by agreement, all lands are to be returned to their previous owners.
But Stephen will continue to rule as long as he lives.
The earldom will be ours again.
It will not.
Why the bloody hell not?
Bloody hell.
Language?
No one will enforce this until Stephen is dead.
What is to be done then?
Kill him. Stay strong, give food to the outlaws, defend the outlaws, appeal to the new king. Give them food.
Well, if they're hungry, can't we just give them something to eat? I'll share.
We should, and we will, but there are too many to feed them all.
We must do something.
Just keep to deliver your demands, you're back to work.
And
No
wait
problem,
until
Vargas.
Stephen dies of old age. The Treaty of Wallingford is in place. I won't wait for another 17 years. Not when I'm so close to fulfilling the promise I made to my father.
You're right, but it wasn't William
Thank you for the
Hamley
bits,
who came
Eric
here last
Guy.
night. It's the outlaws we
I'll
need
read
to
your
worry
message in a
about.
minute.
Well, what do we do about it?
Turn the outlaws against William? Oh, damn. That's not gonna help. Show compassion.
They too are victims. We must show compassion. If we defend Kingsbridge, we must cause as little harm as possible, or better, help as many as possible.
Things will only get worse if we don't find a way to deal with Hamley.
What about his mother? I've heard that Hamley still listens to her, that she still has a say in Earl's Castle.
Yes, let's tell his mother.
If we spoke to
Tell his
Regan,
mom is being
we might
bad.
not need a physical confrontation at all.
That'll never work. We have to assault them and take back our father's castle. Even if that means fighting alongside the outlaws.
I don't like either choice, to be honest.
Neither do I. So, what do you think, Elena?
And okay, I can stop there a moment. Read this message. How are you? I'm fine since you were last the same. I didn't see you stream yesterday. Anything interesting happened, or is the migration business coming along? So no, Erica, I wasn't feeling too well yesterday. That's why I didn't stream. I'm still feeling a little rough today, so it's going to be a short stream today. But thank you for asking. But yeah, I'm feeling all right. Not too bad. A little bit of a thick head. The room isn't spinning, and I'm a bit bunged up. But other than that, no problems. I'm glad you're okay too. Thank you again for the bits. So we can negotiate with Regan Hamley or talk to the outlaws. Let's negotiate. Let's not get the outlaws involved.
I'll negotiate with Regan
They'll all
Hamley.
get killed.
I will go to Earl's Castle. Alone.
Are you serious, Annie?
Regan Hamley seems to be in a tight corner herself. She might well be willing to cooperate.
I do hope you're right.
I'll ride with you.
You won't, Cub. Not with that leg of yours.
Your mother is right. Besides, if we all turn up, they might think we mean them harm.
Well, that was a quick chapter. We might be done very early today. As soon as I'm finished this game, I'm going to go and rest up again for the rest of the day, so... I see you have the red dot clown. What is that? Is that an expression I don't understand? Do have a bit of a headache yesterday due to the temp and insomnia. Ooh, no, that's no good. Well, I hope you feel better today. So the first outlaws have made their way to Kingsbridge. Oh, you mean I have a red nose? Do I? I hadn't really noticed. I probably do. I mean, it was running a lot on Sunday actually, but I thought that was nothing, so I might have just been coming down with something even then. So the former novice brother Marcus was one of the outlaws, and you have a chance to take back Earl's Castle and fulfill your oath.
And so, after 17 years, I finally returned to the place I'd once called home.
Redder than my hand. Yeah, I mean, it probably is. I have been blowing it a lot, so
Because I had
it's gonna be a
failed
bit
to gain
irritated.
support from the people of Shiring, my only hope now was a deal with William Hamley's mother, Regan. A woman whose possible support was only guaranteed by rumor.
Originally, the father of Earl Bartholomew ordered to build a castle a few miles outside the market town of Shiring, which was meant to serve as the seat of the town's earl. That area, including a small village, the surrounding and the building itself, is known now as Earl's Castle. The castle had mainly served as living quarters for the Earl's family, but its defences have rarely been used. After Earl's Castle had been violently seized by the Hamleys, all other inhabitants were driven from the estate. Nowadays, Earl's Castle is named to be feared. Ever since the Cathedral of Shiring was finished, William Hamley has become more disgruntled. Some believe he lost his faith and only lives to satisfy his own greed and hunger by stealing from starving peasants. Other theory is he's just an
Get in
enormous
line
shit.
and stay in line. You'll all get your chance to pay your dues to Lord Hamley, you hear? So no pushing.
Why does Lord Hamley need all that food? He's got more than enough.
Shut it, woman. Smear your face with dung and lower your head. It's the only way you get out of here alive. It's no coincidence that Hamley always asks for women to bring the tributes.
Oh, shut up.
He refused to enter the castle until I was inside. Maybe she was waiting for a young face to shield her.
Patience. Everyone will get a chance to pay their dues to Lord Hamley.
Brought them from Kingsbridge, hope they choke on it. She looks so scared she's drawing all the attention towards her.
Shut up!
Bloody beggars.
Never expected much of this man, and yet seeing him here still disappoints me. It's like my expectations were low, but holy shit, dude.
Oi, you there. Yes, I meant you. That's a pretty face you got there. You're coming with me.
What?
Oh, God.
Leave her. Take me instead.
Well, whatever. You'll walk to the other side of the yard and talk to Walter. He'll get you settled. And don't you dare stray from the path.
Yeah. Sacks and barrels, they demand more than they need while the people are starving. They look familiar. Oi.
They say Lord Hamley might lose Shiring soon. What if the next Earl has us all hanged?
Calm down. None of these royals really care about this shithole.
I know those two.
Gotta love the decor of this
Used to fight
place.
the father.
Approach them.
May I
You
interrupt?
don't take shit. Yeah, these were the guys at the gatehouse before.
What is it?
How can you fight for someone like William Hamley? My father was nothing like that tyrant.
Oh, dear Lord, it's you.
You always sat in your neat little keep playing hostess to his well-off guests, while the poor snuffed it just as they do now.
Well, at least William treats us as his equals, and not like pawns on a board of Nine Men's Morris.
Was father really such a cruel earl?
Was my father really that bad?
Your mother could have answered that question.
He once told me that she was very unhappy when she died.
And you never wondered why?
Hmm.
I'm here to talk to Lady Regan Hamley.
She's in the keep.
But only Lord William and Walter are allowed to go there.
And they'll kill you if they find you there.
So you won't help me?
We've already helped you more than enough by not ratting you out.
My father was a good earl.
Keep on telling yourself that. But that's not our story.
Many knights fighting for him were former outlaws who had nowhere to go anymore. Your father may have given us food and shelter, but it was no better than what you'd give to livestock.
And now the whole earldom is starving, so
don't tell
you've got a point to
that you
make.
saw me.
We won't, if you promise to leave now.
Yeah, because this is loads better.
Are you done yet?
Almost. Let me just see if I took enough.
Oh, look who it is. It's Elizabeth. There she is, even more tired than the last time. Oh, the pigs are eating a dead body. Oh.
What are you doing here?
Ew.
You need to leave. Don't come any closer. William has me watched.
What's taking so long?
I forgot the pork. I'll be out shortly. Wait a moment, then follow me. We don't have much time. Hugh will look for me any moment now. So why did you come?
I'm waiting!
We don't have much time.
King Stephen has declared a truce with Empress Maud. William's tyranny is over. This land might finally see peace again. There's also another reason why I came. To talk to Regan Hamley and to get you far away from here until things are settled.
What will become of me then?
That's up to you. I fought to become a wool merchant. You could too.
I don't think I can be like you.
What's holding you back?
I want to help you. I really do. But I don't know how. I feel so useless.
Can you take me to Lady Hamley?
I wouldn't know how. Hugh Axe is watching me. He would never let you through. Only Walter and I are allowed inside the keep. Why don't you ask him? Walter.
Oh yeah, sure, he's gonna do it for us. Yeah.
Walter? William's dog?
Don't call him that. He's not as bad as people say he is. William won't allow me to talk to him anymore. Now Lady Regan is all I have left.
I will talk to Walter then.
Hurry up in there! Or do you want me to come in and pull you out?
I need to go.
If I tell her to run to Kingsbridge, she's probably gonna die halfway there. A lot of the peasants would probably want to kill her anyway, so, you know. Elizabeth seems to trust Walter. Was I wrong about him? Should keep my distance, he might recognize me. Yeah, where's Walter at then? They eat what is fed to them, can barely look.
Oi, sod off!
Jesus.
You have no reason to be here.
Well, that's why I'm going this way, arsehole. Here he is. William's first henchman and instructor. He's grown. He too has grown old. William. Yeah, there we go. So do I click that on him? Threaten him. Take me to Lady Hamley. Let's go with that first.
I need to talk to the Lady Hamley. I want you to take me to her.
You've got guts, I'll give you that. But why should I listen to you?
Oi, Walter! What's with the girl?
Elizabeth claims you aren't such a bad person after all.
Am I not? Have you forgotten that I killed your family's steward?
You got problems over there, Walter?
Hugh needs to butt the fuck out. Wind your neck in, Hugh. Tell him to shut
Tell
up.
your guard to stand down.
So you want me to help? Because
Felix,
deep down,
thank you for the
believe
resub.
I'm a nice
One
bloke.
and one together
Don't
side
make
by
me
side.
laugh.
11
Hugh!
months.
What?
Make sure Elizabeth's safe. Let's try that.
If you help me, I will make sure that Lady Elizabeth is
He's
safe.
probably got a soft spot for her.
You do care for her, don't you?
Feeling
I
a little
don't
better,
believe
thanks.
you. But it's not up to me to judge these things. I'll take you to Lady Hamley. She'll decide.
Hey, there we go. We found the pressure point. Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. Hi, Luigi. Good to see you too.
My lady?
Elizabeth, could you get me some water, dear?
Yes, my lady. But first, I need you to wake up, my lady. There is someone who wants to see you. It's the Lady Aliena.
The Lady Aliena. When did that bitch become nobility again?
Wow.
I'm
Just be
certain you've
direct.
heard about the treaty the king made with Duke Henry at Wallingford Castle.
I have. I have also heard that it's a muddled mess.
It is a complicated deal indeed, but one that will end the war. And one that makes my family the rightful owners of this earldom once more.
Only by word. There's no one who would come to enforce this, not even the king.
You need to understand that there is great anger among the peasants of Shiring. Anger against your son, against you, even against that poor woman, Elizabeth. If your son doesn't step down, the people will take their land back by force.
That's a lie. My William is a better earl than your father ever was.
Looked out the window?
To think that I once wanted to marry my good William into a family like yours. Not a day goes by when I am not glad that God saved us from that horrible fate.
Please, my lady. You need to hear her out.
Oh, my dear Elizabeth, don't you see what she is trying to do to us?
If you don't listen, things will get worse for everyone. People are starving because of your son. They will rise up and come for you. They're already attacking Kingsbridge. It's only a matter of time till they come here.
My lady. The Lady Aliena came here to make things better.
She has only ever made things worse. She mocked my son for wanting to marry her.
She had every right to deny him.
What? How can you say that? He is your
it's true.
husband. He's good to you.
If it wasn't for Walter, I'm sure William would have killed me already.
And
What's
here he
going
is.
on here? What's that bitch doing here?
She's trying to bargain.
She's trying to take everything.
I've come to bargain.
Is she now?
Leave it.
Shut up, old man.
Oh god. Oh god, this game with the freaking quick times. Oh, he gonna get stabbed! Oh, yes! Get fucked!
Cut that whore up, Walter!
No. You brought this on yourself.
You
satisfying.
bloody traitor! Someone get up here! Men! You will pay. You will all pay for this.
Go cry in a corner, William. We've come to bargain for everything, yes. I've brought infamous looped time. And I will stab him repeatedly.
Devil comes for you, boy. You're going to hell.
Nice. He dead. He very dead.
Is he dead?
Yes.
He is.
That happens when you
William
stab someone.
Hamley is dead.
What now?
Now we tell his men.
Drop your weapons immediately!
Aliena just stabbed him, yeah.
Behold the banner of the new Earl of Shiring!
It's gonna be a bear. Here comes the bear! 27 times, yes.
Everyone!
In the
listen!
groin.
Lord Hamley is dead! The castle now belongs to the former Earl's family again.
What?
Shut up, Hugh.
You're shitting us!
Shut up, Greaves,
the King's
Gervais,
wish.
whatever. Fuck you,
Who killed him?
ugly bastard.
He died because he refused to hand over Earl's Castle peacefully.
I
It's time
killed
that
him.
he is succeeded by a just and true leader.
He died by my hand. My name is Lady Aliena of Shiring. I'm the daughter of Bartholomew, the former Earl of these lands. I've been tasked to end the tyranny of William Hamley and restore order to Shiring.
Our occupation of Shiring has been made unlawful. Every attack on us is sanctioned by the King of the English.
So what will happen to us then?
I shall tell the king that William Hamley forced you to do his bidding. That every atrocity done to the people of Shiring was his doing and his alone.
You will help the people.
is my
You will
final
undo
word.
your shit.
You will get your chance for redemption by helping the people of Shiring recover from your own cruelty. And by rebuilding their homes and tending to their fields.
Ali, I know that you're a much better leader than I. Without you, we would never have come this far. You never hesitated with swearing and fulfilling the oath to father. In the end, I will be the Earl in name only, but you shall be the true
Who the hell with that?
Shiring.
Stab her! Assassin! Rule together.
Don't say that. We'll do it together.
Let's discuss this later. I owe you a lot.
Yes, let's not do this in front of the troop.
The tyranny of William Hamley is over! The Earldom of Shiring belongs to its rightful heir.
Possibly one of us two. Alright, so explain the plot so far, Felix. Basically... I mean, you know the overall game, so what's happened since... in the third book, it seems like there's this dry storm blowing across the land and there's drought everywhere. William Hamley was making a complete hash of this and terrorizing his own population. Jack, meanwhile, was traveling in Europe and Aliena went after him because she'd had his son. and found him and brought him back. We found out about Jack's dad, Jack Cherbourg, who came over on the White Ship, which is the ship that sank with Henry I's son on it. So that's what caused the succession crisis and the potential civil war then between Stephen and Maud. So basically, Jack survived that shipwreck, came to England, didn't really tell Ellen about it, his new wife. They had Jack, and while he was visiting the Kingsbridge Priory, what we found out is that Bishop Waleran, Percy Hamley, William's dad, and the sheriff Eustace, the guy we were talking to earlier, set Jack's father up for having stolen a chalice. They framed him for stealing a chalice from the priory. We found a hidden room underneath the priory in the crypt last stream where they found the chalice. So it's kind of fitted all these little bits together, and we found out then subsequently that Prior James as well was hiding under there. He was the guy who, when we set fire to the roof, followed Jack up to the roof again when he was looking for a way out of the priory, and he was the guy who then fell into the fire. So he's dead anyway. We later confessed that with Jack to Philip, and Philip couldn't forgive him, it seems, at first, but we've just seen a scene where he forgives him for it, because they also have outlaws coming into the priory. They're coming over the walls, raiding the kitchen for food. One of them turned out to be one of the old monks, the guy who was stealing food originally from the kitchen, who took Cuthbert's keys and then got drummed out by Remigius. He came to steal some food. He was living as an outlaw because the whole place is starving, right? So yeah, that's kind of spurred on Aliena to be like, this is all William's fault. We need to go and get this place back. Meanwhile, there's been a treaty signed with Maud, although in history actually I think Maud was dead by now, and it was Henry II that signed this treaty with King Stephen, because Stephen got out after he was captured at Lincoln and went back to ruling the kingdoms again. The power kept transferring hands. So they've made a deal that when Stephen dies, Henry II, Maud's son, will be his heir, regardless of any kids he might have. They don't have a claim to the throne. But all the lands that have changed hands during Stephen's reign must revert back to their original families if possible, including this one, including Shiring, because Bartholomew was drummed out because by the Hamleys because of his attempt to go against King Stephen and join up with Robert of Gloucester. But this is like an amnesty. It's like, let them have it back. So now that we've killed William and there's nobody to pass it back to, this is technically legal. He was legally sanctioned to be killed, but that deal doesn't have to happen until King Stephen dies and hands the throne over. But it's like, well, he's dead anyway, we might as well pass it back now. It's legally sanctioned. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, the Earl is dead. Long live the Earl. Yeah, we just quickened it up a little bit. Yeah, we just sped things up. We cut through the red tape of bureaucracy and we got straight to the heart of the matter. Technically William's heart, by stabbing him. The reinstatement of Richard of Shiring. King Henry II, by the council of all his barons and for the fulfilment of the Treaty of Wallingford, that's what I was just talking about, has decreed that Shiring and each township shall return to the owners from before the former Lord King Stephen's times. Within the term fixed for its sovereignty, those to be in succession by blood or former Earl Bartholomew of Shiring shall claim the title. Richard of Shiring, therefore, is to be announced the Earl in an official ordeal of inauguration.
Send a messenger to Kingsbridge
to
let Prior Philip know that Shiring is finally free.
What is it? Why are they laughing?
You can send a messenger if you want, but there won't be much of a prior left when he arrives.
Oh no.
What's going on?
William's already dispatched people to go and deal with the Priory. Man, these chapters are coming thick and fast. This could be a very short stream, guys. Wow.
The
The Pope believes we should either burn him or make him Bishop of Kingsbridge.
Oh, yes, because...
I have already taken matters into my own hands.
That's what's happening, right? They're going after Philip because of the
my
books
men
he's been
arrested
writing.
him while Kingsbridge was left unguarded.
While his friends took Earl's Castle.
Yes.
At least in his death, William Hamley was of use to you.
Yeah, Waleran made a move then.
Look at all these people. Seems like they're enjoying themselves.
They never change. You drooling dogs should be ashamed.
Shut up, you old hag. Ellen?
Wow.
I'm not feeling well.
Oh, this is going to be all too familiar for her, isn't it?
I'll take care of you. You two go ahead. Hurry up.
This is where they're
Is your
having
mother
Jack.
ill?
It's not that. This is where they hanged my father.
Yeah, she's going to be having some trauma flashbacks here.
The trial begins. The judges. Brother of Stephen, King of the English. The Right Reverend Bishop Henry of Winchester. Her Highness, the Countess Lady Aliena of Shiring. Presiding over the trial, the Right Reverend Bishop of Shiring and Kingsbridge, Waleran Bygod.
By God.
Please. The church is not without fault.
Can we stab him as well? Oh, please, yes.
We have gathered here today before the eyes of God to accuse one of our own. He wrote in his book that the church and the papacy are not necessary as intercessors between God and man. That God is in man. That all men are equal. And that each sinner is as close to our Lord as the Pope himself. Now, we ask God for his judgment.
This is when lightning strikes Waleran.
His is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Not ours, and not yours. You stand accused of heresy. Philip of Gwynedd, how do you plead? Answer!
Prior, respond to Bishop Waleran.
I am not guilty.
Your teachings speak another language. Guilty, I say.
I am deeply saddened. It may come as a surprise to you, but we had hoped to make you Bishop of Kingsbridge. Why has it come to this, Philip?
In part, I am to blame. I supported Philip in his early years. I demand that Philip be removed from his position of prior immediately.
No!
And that he remain in captivity until such time that Shiring and all of England have healed from the poisonous words he has dispersed.
No!
What? Yes?
Fuck you, Waleran.
You are accusing Philip because he has defied you.
I made him prior, and grateful he was not. But no, I accuse him because his teachings are false. And I intend to prove that Philip's decisions have been more than misguided in the past. Call in Remigius.
Oh yeah, we knew he'd show up.
The Prior of Shiring. Father Remigius.
Oh, they made him prior now?
My bishop.
Tell the court, Remigius, what you have told me.
For many years, I served as sub-prior of Kingsbridge. First for Prior James, then for the accused.
What was your first impression of him?
I was offended by his bluntness and accusations during the chapter discussions.
What else?
Prior Philip did not hesitate to give refuge to the people fleeing Earl's Castle in the winter that our king died.
That seems like a good thing.
Is that not a good deed? A true Christian act?
You do not know him as well as you think you do, Lady Aliena. Today, that will change.
The future master builder of our cathedral and his woman were among those taking refuge. They were living in sin. They were unmarried and fornicating. Philip allowed them to stay.
Why would he do that?
I do not know, my bishop.
Maybe because he himself was involved in similar affairs. We will see.
Then, on the day of our first Fleece Fair, we were attacked.
I heard. It was terrible.
I tried to soothe the woman's pain by reading the scripture to her.
Oh, yeah.
The builder's woman I have spoken of tried to put a spell on her with poisonous herbs.
And Philip intervened?
Yes. He pushed me aside and gave the woman poison.
And yet she still lives.
It is worse than I thought.
It was no poison.
And then there was the day the Virgin Mary's statue arrived in Kingsbridge.
Oh yeah, this was definitely going to
I
count
did
against
not
us.
believe it was a miracle.
Clearly, it is a miracle. I hear of many who were healed in Kingsbridge.
Including that woman.
Oh, Mary, bless us all! Well, I soon realized it was a true miracle, but Philip did not. He was only after the money people donated at the Virgin's Shrine. That is why I left.
That's a little bit of an skewed retelling of it, isn't it?
I believe there is one more thing you have not told us about. Something very important.
Yes. Philip has fathered a child.
Unbelievable! I knew it!
What?
A son. And he raised him in the priory.
This is Jonathan.
Jonathan of Kingsbridge, step forward.
They're probably thinking it's Philip's son then because Francis brought him.
Is it?
Is this true? Are you Philip's son? Answer the question, Jonathan of Kingsbridge.
I have no father.
Everyone has a father.
That may be. But if Philip was my father, he would have told me.
How do you know he did not lie to you?
Speak.
Philip would never lie. He told me that I was found in the woods.
In the woods?
It's all going to come out that Tom abandoned him.
Or are you lying? Well, you told the story so many times.
My brother found him.
My brother found him.
Your brother? The brother whose master you betrayed?
What are you talking about?
Philip tried to involve me in a conspiracy against his brother's master, Earl Robert of Gloucester. And his ally, Earl Bartholomew, your father, Lady Aliena. Philip took in all those refugees years ago because he was to blame for their fate.
Oh no, this is how she finds
As
out?
he was for yours when you lost your father and your earldom.
Oh man, that's a bad way for her to find that out.
Lady Aliena is the man you are trying to protect. Well?
I know that he is a troubled man. We've all had to make hard decisions. Decisions that seemed right at the time. When indeed, they were terrible mistakes. I am thankful that I was forgiven when I made a mistake. Now I forgive him. Let us now return to the problem at hand. There is a man who witnessed how Jonathan was found in the forest. A man who can shed light on who Jonathan's
don't
father
call
really
Jack.
is.
Oh no.
And who is that?
My husband.
Hmm.
Step forward. What is your name?
Oh no.
He is the master builder of Kingsbridge.
We always called ourselves Jack
Is he
Jackson, but now it's Jack Builder. Go with Jack Jackson still.
Have you lost your courage?
No, I have not. You know well why it would be hard for me to face you. They call me Jack after my father. My name is Jack Jackson.
Yes.
Yes. We have met before.
How old were you when you allegedly saw Jonathan as a child in the woods?
12. But I know what I saw. Philip told the truth.
You were a child. And what were you doing there? In the woods?
I was living in the forest with my mother.
They were outlaws.
Prior Remigius is the most trustworthy witness we've seen today, and his statement was quite damning to Philip. The distant memories of an outlawed child cannot convince me otherwise.
He fathered a child!
Let him go!
He would never do that!
And yet, Lady Aliena is right. We do not know enough to judge him as harshly as you proposed, Bishop Waleran.
You are right, Bishop Henry. As I said, it is not up to us to judge this man. Philip of Gwynedd has pleaded innocent, but how innocent is he? We ask God for his judgment. As Bishop of Kingsbridge and Shiring, I demand an ordeal by fire.
Of course you
This
do.
is madness!
Philip of Gwynedd will be tried and judged at the stake. If he is innocent, God will save him from the flames. If he is not, then he will burn as the heretic and sinner God has declared him to be.
Jesus.
No!
Uh-oh.
Waleran, by God!
By God.
Not this time.
It's her.
I saw the child and Francis. I was there. Philip is not the child's father. He is a fool, but he is a good man.
Then, who is the
Oh
father?
no.
It is me.
Oh no, Tom. Jonathan's like, Okay.
They are all in this together. This woman is a witch and an outlaw, living in sin with a thief. He was hanged in Shiring 30 years ago.
He was not a thief. He was a good man. You murdered him, Waleran, by God.
What is this nonsense?
He was a thief. He stole a golden chalice and melted it down and sold it.
Oh, you mean the chalice we found in the priory?
Chalice?
The chalice of the Eucharist. He stole it from the Cathedral of Kingsbridge.
Sacrilege.
Yes, Friar James of Kingsbridge caught him red-handed.
Show the chalice.
Is that the chalice? You said it was melted down and sold.
Fall not for their lies. That could be any chalice. This does not prove a thing.
Where did you find this chalice?
In a secret chamber.
Make him drink some poison from the chalice.
We believe Prior James hid it because he felt guilty for falsely accusing Jack's father.
What proof do you have?
He told me. The night the cathedral burned down, I was there, I saw him.
Prior James died weeks before that.
No, he did not.
Bishop Henry, he speaks the truth.
Remigius is like, I'm gonna go now. I shouldn't be
I will
here.
give you until sunset to produce a witness who can prove your accusations against Bishop Waleran.
It's all getting very
Not
Ace Attorney
just
now.
this chalice.
Objection!
If you fail to do this, I will make sure you are tried for defamation. Philip of Gwynedd, you will stay under arrest. The trial recommences at sunset.
We need a witness.
What are you doing there?
I've seen you draw up plans for a cathedral. Maybe we can do something similar to find our witness.
Oh god, it's getting very Ace Attorney now.
Let's see.
Where on the map would we have been standing?
He looks just like you.
My grandmother said he did.
And Bishop Waleran. What are the connections? Maybe, by exploring them, we can find a witness.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's really good, like the art style and how they've done that. Like, but you say with the dirt, like all around the bottoms of their skirts and so on. Yeah. All right, so he was a jongleur. His parents thought he died on the White Ship. He was then hanged in Shiring as
Jack's
a thief.
father. If he was still with us, he could be our witness.
Maybe he still can.
Wants to see Philip burn, is behind the deaths of so many, made sure to leave almost no
Bishop
trace.
Waleran is at the center of all this.
Why have you drawn him on the edge of the page then, Jonathan?
Waleran is a man who thinks of himself, not of others.
Mother says Waleran was behind my father's death.
And she said he wasn't alone. There were 3 men responsible for your father's death.
Percy and Eustace.
Bishop Waleran, Percy Hamley. Back then, he was the Sheriff of Shiring.
Oh, cool.
And Prior James of Kingsbridge.
I thought Eustace was involved as well.
If they were all there, then they were all witnesses.
I remember saying Eustace was involved.
Only Waleran's still alive.
Hardly a coincidence. Why would these 3 men work together to falsely accuse your father?
It's not like they kept
He
the
was on the
chalice for
White
themselves.
No one survived that night. No one lived to tell the story.
Yes. He was the sole survivor.
And then they killed him. But why?
Because he was a witness to what happened on the White Ship. Took Earl's Castle and arrested Bartholomew, was poisoned, the father of William Hamley.
William Hamley's father?
Prior of Kingsbridge before Philip, died in the fire, thought Jack was his father haunting him.
Now, what about Prior James?
So what's his connection to Waleran?
So, what about Prior James and Waleran?
Waleran was not yet bishop when the hanging took place. He was archdeacon. Philip told me.
But James still had to do what Waleran told him to?
I think that's very likely.
What about Percy?
Percy Hamley was poisoned.
One less witness that knew about Waleran.
And Waleran probably wanted William to become Earl. He was easier to control than his father.
He had him wrapped around his finger.
What about Regan Hamley? She survived.
She was taken to her townhouse in Winchester. And in her condition, she might not be able to help at all.
If I do it the other way around, does it give me different stuff?
Percy could not have become Earl without Waleran's help. But then he was killed. Maybe he wasn't as useful an Earl as Waleran had hoped.
Yeah, well, Waleran wanted to build his own cathedral. So, you know, he wanted to, like, rebuild Shiring Cathedral. And then Percy Hamley made a deal with Philip to be like, look, he's gonna screw you over. I won't. I'll give you the resources to rebuild the priory into a new cathedral. So, yeah, that's probably what that was about.
Waleran was James's superior.
You're gonna give me different stuff the more times I do it. What happened to Ethan, by the way, or do we not know? Ethan. Who's Ethan? So many characters in this game, I've kind of forgotten. Who was Ethan?
Waleran may have ordered James to accuse Jacques Cherbourg of theft.
Reduced brother of Martha. Oh, you mean Alfred, not Ethan. Yeah, Alfred. Yeah, he was supposed to be helping build Shiring Cathedral. He went to go and get a job with William Hamley and with the bishop, Waleran. And he went to go be their master builder to help build Shiring Cathedral instead. But we haven't seen him since.
Waleran was James's Maybe Waleran supported Percy to become Earl because he helped kill Jack's father.
Yeah, they were all like buddy-buddy together, right?
My father wanted to go to England. He was the only one who made it when the White Ship sank. Hardly a coincidence that the King's heirs all died on that ship. Maybe my father knew what happened.
And Stephen was supposed to be on the ship, but he got off because he said he had the shits.
My father survived the sea, but those that were behind the sinking of the ship caught up with him in the end.
And what about the ship?
Hardly a coincidence that the King's heirs all died on that.
Why would Waleran, Percy, and James be concerned about the White Ship?
The son and heir of King Henry was on board. So were other possible heirs and other members of the royal household.
Quite a few
I
nobles
heard that
died.
Stephen was supposed to be on the ship as well, but became ill.
Yeah, he had the shits.
He was the only male heir. The only threats were the king's daughter Maud and her half-brother Earl Robert, and they've been at war ever since.
And your father, Earl Bartholomew. He was a threat. He tried to stop Stephen and paid for that with his life. Maybe my father saw something on the White Ship. Proof that Stephen was involved.
Bishop Henry's brother took the throne because King Henry has no male heir. Now made peace with Maud's son.
What about the king?
If the White Ship is involved, then it's likely that Waleran was told by King Stephen to murder your father.
But he was not king back then. Why would Waleran listen to him?
Because he knew he was going to be.
He was promised to become bishop.
Of course.
Remember, Bishop Henry is Stephen's brother, and back then he was already one of the most influential clerics in all of England.
But if Bishop Henry is in on all this, what chance do we have to turn this trial around?
It is a public trial. All we want is for Philip to go free. We find a witness to expose Waleran. Henry would have to play along to appear innocent.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
It's our best shot.
Who's charged? Philip, the prior. He was charged because he's been writing heretical books. Hi, Steve. Lurking. We'll catch up on the story later. No problem. Yeah, Dapus, Philip's been writing books about his own thoughts on religion, including the fact that, first of all, the church... Thank you very much for the bits, Steve. Thank you for 200 bitties. Much appreciated. So, yeah, Stephen is... Philip wrote a book about how God is in everybody, and therefore you don't really need the church as an interceder between God and the people. And he also wrote one about how their so-called miracles and their trials by miracle and so on, like trials by fire, conveniently always seem to favor people they were friends with anyway and kill people that they weren't friends with. So yeah, they're not happy with him. So now they've finally moved on him. But William Hamley's dead. We stabbed the shit out of him. Aliena went to go and appeal to his mother to try to help out, and then he stormed in the room and charged Aliena. She pulled the knife out and stabbed the shit out of him, and he died. And given the fact that there's now a peace deal, that means that the Hamleys would have had to give up the earldom anyway back to Bartholomew's heirs, Aliena and Richard of Shiring. That just happened. She's not guilty of murder. She just hastened along the process of the Hamleys having to eventually hand it back to them. Because when King Stephen steps down or dies or whatever, Henry II will take over and all the lands must revert back to the ownerships where possible as the state they were in when Henry I was king. So that just, helped things along, basically. So let's think about King Stephen and the White Ship. What we have to do is find a witness, and this is getting very Ace Attorney now. We've got to find a witness that can prove that Bishop Waleran murdered Jack's father, because they had him hanged as a thief. Both Percy Hamley, Prior James, and Bishop Waleran had him hanged as a thief. They said he stole some kind of chalice, the chalice of the Eucharist. But we found it in the priory in a hidden room where Prior James had been hiding out. So now we're trying to turn the trial around by accusing Waleran of having a personal stake in all of this. And, basically hopefully get Philip free. But we need to find a witness. So it's all centering around the fact that Jack's father survived the White Ship.
Stephen always claimed that it had been God's will that he was not on that ship. That he remained as the only male heir.
That wasn't God. I bet Stephen had a hand in the sinking of the ship.
Now imagine what would have happened if he had learned that someone survived. Someone who might have seen what really happened that night.
Mm-hmm. The King of the English. Ruthless murderer.
No, really?
If Stephen was responsible for the sinking of the White Ship, then he may have wanted the only witness of what really happened to disappear.
But he wouldn't have done it himself, of course.
No.
It's all about the greater good.
The greater good.
How can this be for the greater good? The greater good. How can this be for the greater good? The greater good. Shut it!
If the king is behind all this, what chance do we have to stop Waleran and save Philip?
We must do our best.
It's possible that King Stephen asked Waleran to kill Jack's father.
Do you think the king told James to arrest my father?
No. I find it much more likely that James was instructed to frame your father by Waleran, his superior. As Archdeacon, Waleran was much more involved in politics than James would have been.
It is unlikely Prior James ever met the king.
Not that.
Do you think Stephen would have approached Percy directly?
Because of the White Ship? To help him cover up his tracks?
I don't think so. I think it's more likely that Waleran contacted Percy. Just like he did when he wanted Percy to arrest my father. I don't think the king was very close with Percy. Otherwise, there would have been many arrests after Percy was poisoned. But the king didn't seem to care.
And neither did Waleran.
Percy could not have become Earl but then he was killed.
Maybe Waleran supported Percy to become Earl because he helped kill Jack's father.
Waleran, Percy, and James might have been working for those who sunk the White Ship.
The 3 people who murdered my father might have worked for someone else. Someone who had an interest in drowning the king's heirs.
Okay, I don't know who we have to rub against who now to make this move along.
My father survived the sea, but those that were behind the sinking of the ship caught up with him in the end. Hardly a coincidence that the king's heirs all died on that ship. My father survived.
Okay.
Is King Stephen behind all this? Then what about his brother, Bishop Henry?
There's a solution to this, but I don't know what it is.
Percy Hamley was the sheriff of Shiring. Well, he could have ordered your father to be hanged.
But he was arrested and held in Kingsbridge first. Prior James claimed that my father had committed theft.
So let's try that.
James was the prior of Kingsbridge.
That's where they say your father stole the chalice, melted it and sold it.
But we know that's not true.
Here we go.
As we found it, Philip recognized the chalice.
But Bishop Henry wants a witness. The chalice isn't enough.
But it's an important lead for us.
There we go. Alright, we got another clue. A golden cup, gem encrusted. They say it was melted down and sold.
I think we're getting closer. So Waleran and the others claimed your father had stolen a chalice from Kingsbridge Cathedral, and that he sold it.
Yes.
We know that's not true, but we need a witness.
It's the only way to help Philip.
So who could have witnessed that?
Did he ever even see the chalice that they claim he stole? Perhaps not. Our chalice was used to kill an innocent man.
Now they are killing another. We must help Philip.
Did he ever even see?
Maybe Stephen never came up with the plan to hang your father.
You mean Waleran did it because he heard rumors and wanted to get closer to Stephen and Bishop Henry? Maybe. Stephen himself probably never set eyes on that chalice.
That's not it. What about these guys?
Philip said that Prior James was an honest man. So perhaps Waleran forced him to falsely accuse your father.
He did seem to have a guilty conscience about it.
Maybe.
That might explain why James was guilt-ridden. The monks still tell the stories about how James thought the devil was after him. Waleran's face when he saw the chalice, that should have been proof enough.
James claimed that your father had stolen the chalice and sold it. But instead, James himself hid it in Kingsbridge, in the crypt.
We found his scourge in a bed down there.
That secret chamber is important.
What if James... I was going to say, what if James actually... This is probably not the case, but if the twist would be he thought that Bishop Waleran was going to confiscate it. And he was like, oh no, it was stolen. Sorry. Oh, that guy over there, I think. You know, and then they hanged him for it. Like, oh, well then, you know. And he didn't come forward ever since. So the secret chamber.
We're close.
Did James write a confession and that's why they wanted all his papers burned? I don't think so, no. I still don't know why they wanted all his papers burned. That still confuses me. Maybe we'll come around to that, because that's the one thing that hasn't made sense to me, because if Remigius, I mean, he was looking for a letter. I think he was looking for the letter from Earl Bartholomew to Robert of Gloucester, where Earl Bartholomew was declaring his allegiance to Robert against King Stephen. But then why burn everything? That makes no sense. So I'm not entirely sure what that was about still. But it was an obstacle we had to overcome so that we could go and get the letter and avoid it being burned. But maybe Remigius didn't know it was there. You might be right. Maybe he did write a confession. Maybe he wanted to have, like, the diaries removed because they knew that somewhere there would be some damning evidence against Waleran. And that's the reason Waleran was pissed with Philip for intervening, you know, and stopping the burning. So you might be right there, Chas. So, Prior James...
Everyone thought Prior James was dead. That he broke into the ice. And now we know he was hidden away.
Why did his monks believe he was dead?
Sub-Prior Remigius told everyone he had found James' rosary by the river. So everyone thought the body had been washed away. They buried an empty casket.
But how is Remigius involved?
Philip told me that Remigius was there when Waleran made Philip prior. Waleran and Remigius knew each other.
It was obvious that Remigius is Waleran's
That explains why Waleran later made Remigius prior of Shiring.
And Remigius recognized my mother when we arrived in Kingsbridge. He must have been there at the time my father was arrested.
Yes, that's a good point.
I think Remigius knows all about this.
This is why he quickly made himself scarce at the trial.
Waleran told Remigius to make Prior James disappear when James began to talk about what they'd done.
When James started talking to the devil.
But for some reason, Remigius hid him away. But Waleran never knew. Yes, that explains why he really didn't believe you. When you said you had seen James in the fire.
Where James died after all. And Remigius thought no one knew.
We have to find Remigius. He's our witness.
Let's hurry. It's getting dark already. The trial will continue soon.
People know you two. You shouldn't walk around shiring like that.
He's right.
I'll go look for him.
All right. Take care of yourself. And Jonathan.
Yes?
We will talk later about what was said today. About Tom.
All right.
Yeah, we'll talk about your real dad and why he left you to die in the woods.
Now, where are you?
Yeah, for people that missed it earlier on, Jonathan now knows that Tom Builder is his dad. So we had to bring that up because they were trying to claim that Jonathan was Philip's son because he's been looking after him all this time, and it's like, yeah. This truth needs to come out now. Remigius is our witness. Where are you, Remigius? They're already building a pyre. Need to hurry.
No one may approach the pyre.
Why not?
Bishop Henry's orders.
All right.
No, all right. Calm down. No compassion in our cathedral. Still the largest building within the town walls. Oh, no comparison, no compassion either, though. You know.
Everyone left for the trial, it seems. There is nobody there.
A mass of people at the cathedral. Old-fashioned cathedrals, so many people came to the trial. Most of them it's just a show.
Do you want to go in, Father?
No, not yet. Thank you.
Are you not with Prior Philip?
Yes, I am.
I pray they'll set him free.
He's a good man.
He is a heretic!
You're fools! Look
Shout
at yourselves!
louder, it'll make you more
Who
right.
are you to judge a man who has never hurt anyone?
Forgive them, Father.
We don't judge him, but God will!
Sounds to me that by... Oh, there he goes. You little fucker, I see you. Friggin' Remigius. Get over here, you little shite. Avon District, maybe?
I don't see anyone here. Hello? They're all gone.
And yeah, I doubt a monk would be hiding out at the tavern. Let's check the cathedral again. Maybe he went here. He kind of vanished here, but no interaction.
There is nobody there.
Oh, there's a large house though. No one here. Everyone went to the cathedral. Maybe he is there.
Remigius?
Hi, Volkitten.
I don't think he's here. Wait, was that him? I think I saw him.
Somebody chasing him. A man with a child. I don't know him. He is looking at me. You love that mug? Yeah.
Have you seen a priest walk through here? Father Remigius?
No, sorry, I haven't.
All right.
Hey.
Alfred! Well, here he is.
Yes?
You're Jonathan, right?
Yes.
I'm your brother.
And who are you?
Never mind, but there's something you should know.
He's
Tom
the douche nugget.
Builder. He left you behind because your mother died. He had no way to feed you. He thought he had no other choice.
How do you know all this?
He went looking for you an hour later, but you were gone. And when he finally found you in Kingsbridge, he was there for you ever since. But he thought he'd lost the right to be your father.
Just who are you?
Just remember what I said. I pray they won't burn Philip. He's a good man.
Can we go home, Daddy?
Yes. Let's go home.
Wow, Alfred doing something right. Interesting.
Hello? The door's open. Is anyone there?
You had one task.
By God! No!
Our bishop is very displeased.
Oh my goodness.
No! What are you doing? I'm doing what is asked of me.
Friggin' Timothy. Dude, you dark side.
Stop it!
Oh. Panic clicking! Got it!
No! Stay away! This does not concern you! No!
Who told you to do this?
No one!
Timothy is Wayleron's like servant. Oh shit! Now he's dead. Now he's a stain on the floor. Well. Yeah, he was
Why did he do this to you?
The guy at Wayleron's estate.
Tell you. I will tell everyone.
And he was also the one that poisoned the Hamleys. Percy and what's-her-face.
Father Remigius, Prior of Shiring.
Again.
Where is Timothy? What they told you.
Realistic
is
pinata.
true. Bishop Wayleron wanted the jongleur Jacques Cherbourg dead. He ordered our Prior James to frame him. And so he did.
This is a lie!
Is it?
James
Is it
lost his
really?
mind because of what he did for you. He was about to tell everyone the truth. And then you ordered me to kill him.
Nonsense!
Let him speak.
I couldn't do it. I hid him, but he died in the fire. Jack saw him. It was him. I found the bones after the fire.
Oh, that's
And
why
I
nobody
buried
found
them.
the bones.
You should put an end to this, Henry. You really should.
Why would I?
You should stop this, for your own sake. You knew about all this.
Oh,
Why would I
goddamn!
care if that jongleur lived or died?
Your brother cared. The jongleur survived the sinking of the White
Oh,
Ship.
it's all coming out now.
He saw how your brother's men killed the king's family so that he could take the throne.
This is preposterous.
Bishop Henry and King Stephen ordered us to kill the man. You want the truth? That's the truth. Right there.
It is not.
Oh, here she is.
Waileran is
What did we
a
learn today?
liar.
Waileran's an arsehole. Religion is corrupt
Regan
most of the
Hamley.
time.
Who is she?
I have waited long enough for this day. It is time I raise my voice. The woman, Ellen, she spoke the truth. 3 men were responsible for the death of the jongleur.
Jongleur.
James, the
Love that
prior of
word.
Kingsbridge. The sheriff, my husband, Percy Hamley. But it was Waileran who was behind it. And only Waileran.
No!
He had heard rumors about the White Ship, about our king. He had hoped to win the king's favor by hanging an innocent man.
But it was not just me. They all knew.
Take him away.
Take him away. Just love how blunt that was. And oh, take him away.
This is for taking my husband's life.
It was Waileran.
Oh, we did it. It's over.
Yes, it's over.
Thank you, Lady Hamley.
This monk must learn his lesson.
The Pope would agree. This trial is not over. Philip pleaded not guilty, but he challenged the teachings and the authority of the Church.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't really help this
The
still.
ordeal of fire will take place.
Fuck off. Really?
To show that the Church is not above God. To show that my brother, the King of the English, is not above God. Not we, but God shall judge this man.
This is madness!
No! He can't do this!
Philip! No! You cannot do this!
This is now a matter of the Church, Lady Aliena.
And we went through all that so
My
we couldn't
brother,
even
the
save
King
him.
and I accepted the traitor Waileran into our midst. We were fools and sinners, even if we did not know.
So you're going to jump on the pyre with
I
him?
pray that our Lord will save Philip from these flames. For his salvation shall be a salvation for all of us sinners.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Light the pyre!
Oh no. Man. Waleran was brought to justice. Philip did not admit to heresy. That was a hard choice. I almost kind of wanted to click that he was going to say something like, yes, I am guilty, as in, like, I've done all these things you've said I did. I don't see them as a problem, though. You know. Could we have saved him? I mean, is he dead yet? It just faded to black. We might get the next scene might pick it up where we left off. I'm not sure. We managed to clear the name of Jack's father. Aliena forgave Philip. Finally Jonathan learned who his parents were, and Philip was ordered to be burned alive. Yeesh. Chapter the 21st. A fiery end, yes. Hi, Lightning Kitten, how are you? Who be this? Almost there, my feet hurt. Yeah, who are we now? Nanny? So, not burned. Philip the Unburnt is what we shall call him now. And look, the cathedral's finished. And again, the resemblance to Salisbury Cathedral is pretty uncanny. Very good. There he is. Finally, my feet hurt. Give me a foot rub. Wait, is that Jonathan? Is he the prior now? Ah!
Ah, Philip.
Yes.
It is so good to see you, Jonathan.
Tell me, how are things at St. John in the Forest?
Oh, did he go back
Francis is well.
Oh.
That is wonderful.
Yes, he enjoys the life there. You look worried, Jonathan.
Well, you have a visitor. He just arrived.
Is that not a good thing, Jonathan?
Doesn't suit the bald spot, yeah.
That is just it. I wasn't sure if you wanted to see him.
Oh, is it Remigius?
It has been a long time.
Ah.
Waleran.
Yes, it has. I had to know.
How did he survive exactly?
The truth is, I never saw God or the devil.
Who knows? It's a miracle.
Oh Lord, deliver us from evil. Our Father, who art in heaven,
my God,
hallowed be
there
thy
must
name.
be something we can
Thy
do.
kingdom come,
Stop this
thy will be done on earth as it is
Are
in
you
heaven.
blind? Do you not know that a fire will burn any man, no matter who he is?
Why are you doing this?
After Wayland's words,
fucking
there
insane.
is doubt in their hearts about my motives, about my brothers. No words can erase that doubt, but God can. Our Lord is a cleansing fire.
No, fire is just a fire.
He's still alive. It's a miracle.
He is among us! God is here!
There was dry
How
ice.
is this possible? It's all a matter of perspective.
We have to stop this!
No, Jack. Come.
Yeah, they fixed the so-called miracle.
No, but that's what they see. That's what they believe.
There's water there.
It's dousing the flames. It's a trick.
To them, it's a miracle.
The justice of our church. I believe Philip understands that now. His book will be destroyed. If you or your friends ever mention the White Ship again, I promise you will take Prior Philip's place. And God will not be as forgiving.
Their faith in you and your church is restored. I say it was worth sparing that monk's life. Promise me that Waileran will suffer.
Why don't we just burn Waileran? Can we just burn Waileran? Yeah. But no. Sadly, they don't.
Philip? Yes?
Did you see God? Did he save you that night?
And Jonathan creeps up behind and clubs him in the head. How old are these guys now? Oh yeah, they're going to be pretty old. Probably older than people lived back in the 12th century.
I told him. He only smiled at me. I never saw him again, as long as I lived.
Philip is back.
Philip!
Philip! We're glad you're back.
Did you walk all the way again?
Oh my god, look at Tom now, the young Tom.
Old fool.
Ellen stayed in Kingsbridge, together with Tom. I thought I had lost God, that he did not watch over us. But now I see him every day. He is in the good we do, in how we show our love. Jack's hands had become rough, his hair gray, but his eyes still burned bright like hot coals.
It's good to see you.
Aliena's gaze could be as stern as her father's had been, but her heart and wit made her a leader people did not follow out of fear, but out of respect and loyalty.
Jonathan told us you had a visitor.
Just an old friend.
What do you think of this window?
Jonathan came to look more and more like his father, Tom. As Prior of Kingsbridge, he is also a builder of sorts.
I use mostly warm colours. What good are the large windows if it feels cold?
Sally is as stubborn and as gifted as her parents. It is her stained glass windows the light is falling through. She has children of her own now.
And I'd like to show you the plans for the new cloister.
Tommy will be the next master builder, and is as silent as his grandfather was. Once I heard him admonish his father to be more serious at work. Jack only smiled.
God.
He knew Tommy was right. Martha stayed in Kingsbridge as well.
Dad.
She was always there for every one of us.
Is the judge done now?
I don't know. Why don't you ask him yourself?
Oi, you.
Is the judge done now?
It will never be done. Not in my lifetime. Not in yours.
Remember us for what we did, for who we were, and maybe for what we tried to be. And when you turn your eyes to our cathedral, maybe you will see yourself.
Nice. This is a good story. Yeah, this really is. I want to read the books now. I really do. I mean, this is, I think, a bit of a retelling on the books, from what I understand, but I've never read them, so I don't know. But yeah, this was a damn good story. Like, oh my god. Really well done. So we answered Waylaran's question about God. We basically said, no, they didn't really try to burn me. They just put me in like a thing covered with water and I was fine. Wow. I mean, Waylaran would have known. Like, oh yeah, they pulled one of those stunts. Right, gotcha. Figured as much. Yeah. Really good voice acting as well. Oh my goodness. This was very good.